Alright, welcome back to the channel. Warhammer Man back in the studio, and today we've got the Inquisitor Sabbathiel returns from the dead in her first Black Library novel. Cool little piece of artwork right there. Imagine uncovering one of the Imperium's greatest treacheries, only to be gunned down by Grey Knights and left for dead in the midst of a warp storm. Inquisitor Astor Sabbathiel has been through a lot. Butting heads with the Dark Angels in the Warhammer 40,000 comic series from Titan Comics, and now must deal with suspicion from her own order in Awakenings. Her first full-length Black Library novel. There's a big problem. 100 years have passed since her supposed death, and the Ordo Hereticus takes a dim view of anyone who comes into contact with the warp. Nursed back to health by the mysterious tech priest Medic, Sabbathiel must prove her faith and regain the trust of the fellow Inquisitors by undertaking a suitably dangerous mission. This incredible special edition is on its way next month. It features suitably luxurious cover with gold foil inlay, gilt page edges, and a red ribbon page marker. These individually numbered collector's items are limited to only 1,250 copies and also include an additional exclusive short story starring the Inquisitor. So this one is even more limited than typical. Normally we see like 2,000 to 2,500 copies. Here we only see 1,250. Does look like a pretty chunky book. The cover is cool. That's that initial artwork, and then the back cover as well. And then obviously it is signed by George Mann, the author. Definitely a cool story too. She like uncovers a artifact in like a warp storm, and then Grey Knights strike her down. Pretty cool. Definitely always some tension between the Inquisitors and Space Marines, especially Grey Knights. Penned by the original comic author, George Mann, this novel takes place between the Inquisitor's original adventures and her subsequent appearance in the Inferno Volume 4. Entering during a golden age of inquisitorial intrigue, with the awesome Warhammer Plus animated series Interrogator's third act beginning today, and this year's new illustrated edition of the Inquisitor Eisenhorn's classic Xenos, Awakenings is a story of mystery and redemption, told through the eyes of someone who's seen the dark heart of the Imperium. So I guess it's just kind of is Inquisitor themed. It's not related to the Interrogator Warhammer animation. So again, pretty cool piece of art right here. She's definitely got some neat looking armor. Got like one of those little OG like little neck things. I don't really know like what the purpose of those actually is. I mean, obviously aesthetics, but I don't know if they serve some kind of like actual purpose. It reminds me of like, I don't know what it would be, like Victorian age or whatever. She definitely has some cool armor. Definitely neat. Cool pose. Awakenings will also be available in hardback, ebook, and MP3 audiobook, and all that good stuff as well. So yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Definitely interesting to say the least. I'm going to do like a little combo video today, just because there's like a couple short articles here. So we also have the Heresy Thursday Down and Dirty Death Guard upgrade kits. So hopefully everybody has calmed down a little after the excitement of the Space Wolf helmets, because it's now time for the Death Guard to have their moment in the sun. And is anyone's familiar with the, what is that? Oh man, 14? Legion call can tell you all the toxic smog and trench fighting makes sunshine a real rarity. Yeah, right? So we have an X, an I, a V, so that's 14. Yeah, that makes sense. Been a while on the Death Guard lore, so should have just known off the top of my head they were like the 14th founding, but... and I guess there was like some excitement over those Space Wolf helmets. I don't know. I've already like had people for commissions like send me third-party bits that were basically like the same thing. So it kind of seemed like Games Workshop sort of copied them, or maybe they copied Games Workshop and then Games Workshop copied them back. Definitely interesting to say the least. So these are pretty OG looking. I like them. It definitely reminds me of like the old Death Guard art and some of the older Death Guard models as well. particularly the helmet, but obviously whenever you have like these style space shoulder pads, and then this is like the OG Death Guard emblem. The Death Guard aren't anywhere near as showy or vulgar as the Emperor's Children. They prefer battle damage to badges of honor, but that doesn't mean they can't look just as stylish on the battlefield. You'll soon be able to upgrade your Sons of Mortarion with some new resin heads. Okay, and there's shoulder pads too. So yeah, the heads, pretty cool. I do like the look of these. Looks like it's basically just 3 style heads. So we have these ones with like the little like rivets down the middle. These ones have the rivets down the middle, only the one side of like the helmet, and then it has like a little hose going to it. And then this one's much closer to the original, but just different style of rivets. And then we have clearly like a couple of like champion or squad leader heads. Pretty cool overall. They look good. There are 3 different helmet designs for your troops, each featuring grills, rivets, and grim spikes. We don't recommend headbutting a Space Marine, but these make it even more of a dicey prospect. There's also slightly more ostentatious helmet for your squad leader, as well as a bear head to show off the sickly features of a warrior from Barbarous. You'll also be able to get a set of molded resin shoulder pads for the 14th Legion. These are the perfect way to finish your miniatures if you're looking for an alternative to the Legion transfer sheet. So yeah, if you want basically like the actual 3D like shoulder pads as opposed to just putting some decals on them, obviously this is the way to go. Not a huge fan of these. I mean, they look okay. They're not like amazing or anything. Death Guard helmets and shoulder pads will be available to pre-order soon from Forgeworld. In the meantime, grab some other stuff. So yeah, they look pretty good. I mean, I don't think they're like a game changer. I mean, I'm honestly not that impressed by these like Forgeworld upgrade sprues and whatnot. It just seems like overkill to even do these up in resin. I guess for like limited runs, maybe it's better for them to just do the resin as opposed to making like the full on like plastic mold and run. But like the stuff that came for like 40k from Games Workshop, like the upgrades with like the helmets and the shoulder pads and like little weapon bits, is basically around the same price as like one of these. I want to say these are like 20 something bucks for either like the heads or the shoulder pads. And I feel like with the like regular Space Marine ones, you basically are paying like around like 29 maybe. I mean, I can't even remember. But they're pretty good overall. We could take a look here. Kind of compare what you get. Now, obviously, because it's from Forgeworld, it's going to be like a little more expensive, and you definitely get less. Like here's the Space Wolf upgrade packs, and then the Primaris upgrade pack. So you could basically buy both these for 30 bucks. Now you don't get a ton of heads, and obviously these are 40k, not 30k. But just to kind of compare like the different options they offer. Let's see one of the like newer style ones. Of course, it doesn't like show up any of them. I would think it would come up under Space Marine upgrade. That would be like your go-to for searching. Let's try it right here. It's definitely interesting to kind of compare them. It's got to be at the bottom of the range. Huh. They don't show up on here. Maybe I need to go to like the specific. What's one that I know they have? I know for sure. I have the Salamander one, so that's definitely a thing. Yeah, okay. So this gives you, this is kind of what I was talking about. This is sort of like the combo pack you get. 27 bucks for this. Now you don't get a helmet for every dude. In this you get 6 helmets, a couple weapons. This is basically 2 upgrade sprues together. And then you get 10 of the regular shoulder pads. And then another, what is it? I guess 2 like special ones. And then like 8 of the, or 6 I guess, of the like Primaris, like aggressor and whatnot ones. And then just some like random bits. So I don't know. It feels like you get a lot more for this. And I want to say those Horus Heresy upgrade packs are like 20 something dollars, 24, 27, something like that. So again, I'm not like overly impressed, but I'm also kind of spoiled by 40k. I guess realistically for 30k you don't have as many options, so that's probably why people go that route. I don't know. It's interesting to see the comparison. A lot of the new stuff for 30k or Horus Heresy has been like pretty nicely priced in comparison, but it looks like overall still like the 40k stuff is a little more expensive. I have been hearing from quite a few people that a lot of people are kind of moving over from 40k to Horus Heresy because it's a little more fun or a little more balanced. Obviously less factions to keep track of. A lot of the stuff has been like selling out and staying sold out. Like here's the bundles, obviously. Yeah, both the Tartaros Terminators and Cataphractii Terminators. And then the upgrade sprues as well. Interesting. We don't see a lot of the other Space Marine stuff on here. Oh, whoops, I just clicked new releases. That's probably why. Let's see if there's other stuff here. I know like people have been saying a lot of the Space Marines have been out of stock. Maybe I need to get rid of new releases. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, let's take a look here. So obviously the Rhinos were out for a little while. They're back in stock. The one heavy weapon upgrade thing is here. The special weapon upgrade thing is here. We're still waiting on the other sprue of the heavy weapon upgrades. These are all the Primarchs from Forgeworld. The dice. A couple of the characters that came out earlier in the year. So yeah, it looks like most of the stuff is back in stock and holding pretty good here. Okay, so some of the Tactical Marines and the Terminators still sold out. And that makes sense because these really are a great deal. In comparison to buying like 10 guys for 60 bucks, getting 20 guys for 80 bucks is a phenomenal deal. And then same here, you know, if you're going to pay 120 for 10 normally, getting them for 85 is a pretty good deal. Praetors sold out. Yeah, so it looks like they're not bad. I mean, some of the stuff is sold out, but overall, most everything is available. And will be over time, I think. There is definitely seems like there's a rush into this stuff, so. Let me know what you think if you are, if you've been playing Age of Darkness, how it compares to the previous editions of Horus Heresy, and then also how it compares to 40k. Do you feel like a lot of people are more interested in it because of the balance? Kind of like less factions? What's like the big appeal of it? Definitely curious. I have heard that Dreadnoughts are really, really strong. So I don't know if that's like a balance issue. Or if they're just kind of like auto intake. Or auto take. I would imagine like the ability to shoot and melee is probably pretty good. But honestly, again, I don't know much about it. So let me know what you think. A little underwhelming today. Not a bunch. But, you know, keeping you guys up to date. So everybody have a good one. If you enjoyed the video today, make sure to like and subscribe. Share it with your friends. I am curious, though, if you find that Horus Heresy is killing 40k. Because it really does seem like a lot of people are saying that. And this is a really nice box set, value-wise. It's expensive, obviously, but it is loaded with stuff, so. I would imagine the, you know, you jump in and you end up with, like, more stuff than you're going to need for a while. You probably pick up, like, 1 or 2 more units, a Dreadnought or something like that. And you're probably set on an army. But again, I don't really know how the points work, so I could be completely off on that. But if you do enjoy the daily videos, reactions, reviews, news, painting, modeling, conversion tutorials, make sure to like and subscribe for anything from 40k, Sigmar, obviously some Horus Heresy, and then of course the skirmish games as well, Warcry, Kill Team, Underworlds, etc. Make sure to subscribe, really helps out the channel. But let me know if you do know anything about this. Do you feel like Age of Darkness is killing 40k? Or maybe people are just taking a little break, at least till 10th edition comes out? That seems kind of like what I'm hearing, so. Alright, that's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.